Today we're diving into why you might not be seeing the strength gains and muscle definition that you are working so hard for. If you're frustrated with your body composition progress, these 5 common mistakes might be holding you back. In this video, I'm going to talk all about strength training for fat loss and muscle gain. I'm going to go over the 5 most common mistakes people make when it comes to their strength training that prevents them from seeing that muscle definition they want or an increase in their muscle mass. And make sure you watch all the way to the end, because number 5 is probably the most underrated but most important part of a muscle building journey. So as always, I want to get right into it. But of course, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get a notification when I release a new video just like this one every single week. You clicked on this video because maybe you're strength training and you're working really hard in the gym, you're consistent, you're showing up, you're doing all the things that you think you're supposed to do, but you're not seeing the results that you want. You're not appearing leaner, you're not getting stronger, you're not building muscle. Don't worry, that's where I come in. Now I'm gonna go over the 5 most common mistakes I see, and I hope that you are making one of these mistakes and it's a quick fix to get you on the road to seeing the results that you want. Common mistake number 1, training too light. Now this is something I see oh so often with women, is they are scared to lift heavier weights because they're scared to get bulky. And I don't mean to make fun. If that's you, that's totally fine, because there is so much misinformation out on the internet that I understand why you would think that. But here's the truth. In order to see results in building muscle and getting stronger, you need to lift heavier and you need to apply progressive overload, meaning you need to continually lift heavier and heavier and continue to challenge your muscles and challenge your body. If you're consistently going to the gym, grabbing those same 12-pound weights, doing your 30 bicep curls with those 12 pounds, and then doing 30 overhead presses with those 12 pounds, and doing dumbbell rows with those 12 pounds, and doing squats and doing deadlifts with the same weights, you are not going to see the results you want. As much as you are feeling a little bit of a burn in your muscle, you're not challenging your muscles enough to actually get that muscle growth. There are a couple things I could say about that type of scenario. Is 1, every muscle group in your body will be a different strength level. And the problem with doing that type of workout with the same weight for every single exercise is that some muscles in your body are going to be stronger than others. Maybe if you're doing a bicep curl with 12 pounds, that might feel like a challenge. But doing more of a compound lift, so a deadlift or a squat where you're using multiple muscle groups at the same time, you're probably gonna be able to lift heavier to get that same challenge. Each different exercise, you will probably require a different weight to reach that threshold where you are going to start building muscle. So what is the fix? Now, although you don't have to go to the gym and start deadlifting 300 pounds, you need to make sure that in the last 2 to 3 reps of your exercise, you are feeling a challenge. If you're just starting out, staying in an 8 to 12 rep range is a great place to start. And then you wanna make sure that 10th, 11th, 12th, or that 6th, 7th, 8th rep is challenging for you, where you're feeling, oh, I still have good form, but maybe if I do one more rep, I'm gonna be out of form and I won't be doing it properly, and I feel like it's hard for me to do. For example, like you see here, I'm doing my chest press. The last few reps, I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm still with my good form, but maybe if I did 2 more, I might not have good form. If your goal is building muscle, if you can do 15 plus reps comfortably with any weight that you're lifting, it's probably too light. Another tool that can help with this that I highly recommend is tracking the weights that you're lifting, especially if you are a beginner and you're kind of getting comfortable in the gym and knowing what different exercises are. Track your weights. So for set 1 of dumbbell chest press, you did 6 reps with the 40-pound dumbbells. For set 2, I did 6 reps with the 40-pound dumbbells. Maybe set 3, I did 5 reps with the 40-pound dumbbells. Tracking your weights is gonna help not only track your progress to see how far you've come, maybe when you're having a day where you're like, this isn't working, like I literally am doing everything and it's just not working. You can look back at the weights you started lifting to what you're lifting now, and it's really cool and motivating to see, to put your progress on something other than just the scale or how your body looks. I just wanna take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Element, one of my go-tos for replenishing my electrolytes after sweaty workouts. Electrolytes are so important for so many functions in the body, including hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance. Sometimes water just isn't enough, and Element has the perfect balance of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And better yet, zero artificial sweeteners, no sugar, so no junk. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. Right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Michelle. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/Michelle. Common mistake number 2, too much cardio, not enough strength. Now, cardio is good. There's nothing wrong with cardio. It is good for our heart health. It is great for extra calorie burn. But if your goal is to build muscle and build strength, you want to prioritize your strength training and sprinkle your cardio in around that. Excessive cardio can interfere with muscle growth and strength gains, especially if you're eating in a calorie deficit. So how do we fix this? How do we find a nice healthy balance? If you are someone who loves cardio, maybe you love running, maybe you love going to spin classes, maybe you love feeling that sweat, it's a great stress relief. How do we find a healthy balance where you're still strength training enough, but you're not doing too much cardio, but you're doing enough to help with stress reduction, help with cardiovascular health, and all the things? First, make sure that you are prioritizing your strength training, so meaning you're getting 3 to 4 strength training sessions a week. Then you're gonna limit your high intensity interval training to 1 to 2 sessions a week. And then my best advice is use walking as your primary source of cardio. And if you're someone who doesn't like doing high intensity interval training, you could swap that out for 1 to 2 sessions of zone 2 cardio. And if you don't know what zone 2 cardio is, I have a whole video on my channel talking about that. I'll link that video in the description below if you want to go watch that next. Mistake number 3 is inconsistent nutrition. I'm sure you've heard the saying, you can't out-train a poor diet. And often what I see with women is they either under-eat on protein or they under-eat on calories, making it almost impossible to build muscle while losing fat because they're not giving their body enough fuel to build muscle. So if you are, say, eating 1,000 calories a day or 1,200 calories a day because you really want to lose weight and you're not getting enough protein and you're going in the gym and you're trying to lift heavy and do these strength training sessions, you're not going to be able to build muscle in order to, again, get that lean look that you want because you're not giving your body enough fuel to build that muscle. So how do we fix this? A great place to start is making sure you're getting 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Now, this depends on many different factors, but if you need help calculating your personal protein goal, I have a whole video already on my channel teaching you how to do that. I'll also link that video in the description below if you want to go watch that next. If your goal is building muscle or, say, body recomposition where you're building muscle and trying to drop body fat at the same time, you want to be eating at either maintenance calories or just in a very slight deficit. Again, this depends on your starting point, where you're at on your journey. But in order to make sure you are giving your body enough fuel, not only one to have the energy to go in the gym and lift heavy, apply that progressive overload and challenge your body, but also give your body enough fuel to help with that muscle building process and help with the recovery process. Your body can't build muscle if you're not giving it any fuel. And then with that topic of inconsistent nutrition, is be consistent. So don't be inconsistent, meaning if you've calculated a protein goal, you want to be hitting that goal 80% of the time. You don't have to be 100% perfect. If you fall off on a Saturday or a Sunday and maybe you're 20 grams under your protein goal, not the end of the world. But if you're only hitting that daily protein goal 2 to 3 days out of the week and you're still training 5 days a week, that is going to be a factor in why you might not be seeing the results you want. Common mistake number 4. Program hopping. I know it's hard nowadays with access to so many apps and social media and people telling you, my program will get you ripped in 20 days and this program you'll lose 30 pounds of body fat in 3 weeks. Whatever it might be, I understand why it's hard to stick to one program and trust the process. But if you're program hopping, this could be affecting your results in building muscle and getting stronger. How do we fix this? Find a program you like, stick to it, for 6 to 12 weeks minimum, where you're doing similar exercises. So again, focusing on those compound lifts, a little bit of accessory work, a little bit of cardio, but consistently week after week after week. And you are tracking your weights, tracking your reps, tracking your progress, and applying that progressive overload in those exercises that you're doing. My best advice to people is focus on mastering your form. Once you have got your form down, that's when you'll really be able to stack on the weight and continue to progressive overload. Don't just try and stack weight on because Michelle said I should be lifting heavier. Learn as much as you can about the movements, about the muscle-mind connection. So really talking to the muscle you're supposed to be working, how much time you should be taking when you're moving through a rep, and really focus on mastering that program. And then from there, just make small adjustments to your program. And then lastly, mistake number 5, and like I said, probably the most underrated, but one of the most important in a strength building or muscle building journey is poor recovery management. What does that mean? Muscle builds while we're resting, not when we're actually working them. A lot of times people have that mindset is like, okay, I'm trying to build muscle, I'm trying to get stronger, I'm gonna train 7 days a week, and I'm gonna push as hard as I can, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, which is great, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if your program is not designed in a way that you're allowing enough muscle recovery, it's going to be very hard again to see the gains. Of course, this comes down to nutrition and so many other factors, where you are on your journey, your fitness level, all the things. But for the most part, one of the common things I see is the go hard or go home mentality, meaning if I don't train every single day, I'm not gonna see the results I want. But when you actually stop and plan out a routine where you're giving your body enough recovery between workouts, you will start to feel the difference as well as see the difference. And why this is most important is not only for the recovery, but also so you can continue to push heavy in your workout. That is again where you're going to see those results versus forcing your body. Another thing that is often underrated and overlooked, sleep is a crucial part of building muscle. That is when our muscles are recovering. Making sure that you are prioritizing your sleep. I probably mention this in every single video on this channel because it is so important. If you have the option, a lot of people have certain schedules, they have babies at home. I completely get it. Been there, done that. Sometimes you don't have the option. And if you're up with sick kids or you're working late or whatever it is, but if you're just at home watching Netflix or scrolling on your phone till 1 o'clock in the morning and you're getting up at 5 a.m. for work, you chose that life, but you could also choose a different life. You could choose to get yourself to bed by 11, still do your Netflix thing, but maybe just not quite as long and prioritize that sleep. And again, it comes down to how bad do you want to see results? How committed are you to this process? And sleep just feels so good. Why wouldn't you want that? There you go. I really hope one of those 5 things I just talked about is something that is maybe gonna help you change up some things in what you're doing to help you really get to those results that you wanna see. And I just want you to remember one thing in this closing statement. If the only thing you remember from this video is this sentence, that is fine with me. Just remember that building muscle and changing your body composition is a journey. It is completely different than weight loss, where you are just doing things to see that number go down on the scale. When you are trying to build muscle to appear leaner and stronger and change your body composition, this takes time, consistency, and patience. Your body is capable of it. You can do it. It just takes time. You need to trust the process. You need to enjoy the journey and track your progress along the way. That's gonna help keep you motivated when maybe the scale isn't moving and not showing you the things that you want. Progress pictures, measurements, track your weights. All these things are gonna help you see the other things that are happening, what we call non-scale victories. I wanna show you a quick video of me here, my little body recomposition after having my second son. The difference between these two bodies is literally about 5 pounds of weight on the scale. This took me about 1.5 to 2 years of slow, steady progress, not starving myself, eating lots of food, but prioritizing protein, prioritizing my strength training. But here I am now, and my second son is now 4.5. And not only was I able to get those results, I'm able to maintain them quite easily with just continually to do the habits that I set when I started on this journey. It's not just about building a body aesthetically, it's about building a stronger version of yourself. So with that being said, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, again, leave them in the video comments below. If you need help with your workouts or your nutrition, you can learn more about working with me one-on-one in my online fitness and nutrition coaching program. I'll put a link in the video description if you want to learn more. And just remember, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, so I know you're still enjoying the content. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.